This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Gamefly. Welcome back to another episode of Rhett and Just Rants, the show where I rant and rave on anything from the world of electronics and sometimes outside of it. I read a ton of online sites and physical print media that have to do with consumer electronics because I love it. It's my passion. And I read all the reviews on pretty much every phone that comes out. Way more reading than I should, and I'm starting to see a very disconcerting trend of lack of ethics that go into these reviews. So I want to talk to you about it and see what you think. This is Rhett and Just Rants. Let's go ahead and get started. So the past few days, there's been a ton of new phones that have come out, at least embargoes that have lifted on these phones, so we could share our reviews with you. I'm talking about Galaxy S4, BlackBerry Q10, and some others, and there's been a ton of reviews and written posts and video posts that are coming out about it. Now, I've talked in the past about journalists not being honest about how long they've used devices. We get devices the same day they have. I've been there when they've handed them physically to other sites, and then they'll post a review the next day claiming 3 days of battery life. That's just not honest. So I've obviously talked about what we're doing with our pledge and how we'll tell you exactly how long we used a phone. And I urge all the commenters on every site that they're reading to ask the journalist who wrote that piece or did the video to disclose how long they used the device. I think you guys have a right to know. If someone will use it for 2 days, that's fine, but you should know how long that was so you can base your opinions on reviews that might be more valid to what you want. But that's not the point of this video. I was reading a review on a particular phone and I saw that the journalist who wrote it was not only lying to the audience, but beyond bias. Now listen, I know everybody likes to call people biased, but I think the majority of commenters don't really know what that means. You know, I can say when I do a head-to-head, I like the HTC One better, the Galaxy S4 better. That's not bias, that's based on opinion. And those are two very different things. Anybody who does this for a living has an opinion going in. Now you try and keep that as far removed from as possible and see the positives and see the negatives and keep yourself sort of as level as you can, but there are always opinions there. When I'm talking about bias though, is when you view a device and you claim that you can see pixels on a screen that has a higher PPI than the human eye can see, you are lying. Not only is that not honest, but you are completely swaying a product that might be a decent product just because you don't like it, or perhaps your pockets are being aligned elsewhere. Now, a lot of people say, hey, company paid you to do a good review, and for the most part, 99.99999% of journalists would never do that. Anybody with even a modicum of ethics and a company with even a little bit of ethics would never ask any journalist to do that. But I will say there are some few that will do it, and it's very easy to find who those people are. For example, if you go to a particular site and you see their site is completely blanketed with advertisements for a particular company, and you check that review of that product, look at it for biases. If they're blanketed with ads for a company and review another product from a competitor, read those reviews and read them very, very carefully. Something I've been feeling for a really long time. Since I got a show called Rants, I want to rant about it. Now listen, I'm not saying my reviews are perfect. They are far from it. You guys have a right to call me out on things you disagree on. And I appreciate when you do, especially when they are valid. For example, when I did my first impressions on the Galaxy S4, I said that it didn't look like some of the features worked very well. It turned out I wasn't waving my hand over the sensor. And because that wasn't my full review, when I did the full review, so I used the phone for a week, I was able to correct that. I appreciate that kind of thing. So if you guys go and read reviews and you're seeing things that look a little fishy and seem a little odd, call people out in the comments. We can change the way technology is being reviewed. There's no surprise that people don't view traditional media as real media because people haven't gone the extra mile to make it real media. I'm not saying that video production has to be studio quality. I'm saying the words that are coming out of the mouse and the words that are written on the page, or at least the digital page, need to have some sort of ethics behind it. So call me out. You are welcome to. I am not immune from this at all. Call out every site you read, no matter how big or how small, on the BS. It's the only way we can get things better, we can improve, and there are a lot of unethical people out there, and it is infuriating because it creates a very unlevel playing field for those of us that play by the rules. Have ethics with what you do in your career. Have ethics what you do and how you comment. Have ethics what you do in general. People just don't have it, and it's really gotten me upset. So I wanted to rant about it, get it off my chest. You guys agree or disagree, let me know. And again, I'm not saying I'm immune to any of this. I make mistakes. I certainly sometimes can have biases, though I try to keep them as far away as possible. Ask people the questions you want to know. Ask me the questions you want to know. If I don't disclose something that you want to see, ask me. And keep asking it until I see it. It's the only way we're going to get an improved quality. And I think that's not just true for technology, but for everything in general, for all of media. Ask the questions that need to be asked, get the answers. Don't just take things at face value. You deserve better, and we should be giving you better. And by we, I mean the entire industry. I'd love to hear what you guys think. So let me exhale, take a minute to thank our friends and sponsors at Gamefly. Gamefly is the largest online video game rental service and offers you a choice from over 7,000 new and classic titles across all consoles and handhelds. You want to check out the newest Call of Duty, Gears of War, whatever it might be, Gamefly's got you covered. Plans start at just $15.95 a month. Members can rent up to 1 to 4 games at a time and keep them as long as they like, which is kind of cool. No late fees, no due dates, and shipping is always 100% free. When you're done playing a game, you can just send it back. They'll send you the next one on your list. If you really like a game you're playing, just click on Keep It. The Gamefly website will sell it to you at a discounted price. They'll even mail you the case and manuals free of charge. Techno and Buffalo fans get a free 15-day trial when they sign up. Go to gamefly.com/technobuffalo, get a free 15-day trial to play all them games you've been hoping to play but don't want to shell out the money to buy them. Please check us out at technobuffalo.com for the latest and greatest tech news. Hope you enjoyed this very angry episode of Rhett and Just Rants. I'll be back next week, hopefully with a bigger smile on my face. I'll see you guys in the next video.